Well, hello everyone. This is Ron Dillon, broadcasting from round one of the 509 U.S. Air Force Special Warfare 2021 National Snowbike Series. And we are up here in beautiful Alpine, Wyoming, elevation 6,000 feet, snow about 2 feet, conditions overcast, 23 degrees, give or take, no wind. A good day for racing in the snow for sure. We just ran our first race of the day, which was the combined amateur and pro women. And no surprise there, the winning woman, Jamie Parks from Hamilton, Montana, just tore it up. She smoked everybody. Christina James finished second in the pro women. We're doing a 2-round format today, like a motocross, so the racers will do 2 motos, and those scores are combined to give overall winners. Just think outdoor motocross. That's what we're doing. We're doing motocross on snow. So the next class to take off is going to be the 350 class, first moto. So you're just catching us here at the start of this thing. And the 350 roster is J.R. Robinson from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, number 11. And Nathan Kingston, number 16 from Caldwell. And River Rogers from Clarkston, Washington. So we got 2 KTMs and a Husky in this next race, the 350 class. And they're going to go at it for 2 motos. Again, this is the 509 U.S. Air Force Special Warfare National Snowbike Series here in Alpine, Wyoming. This is round 1. In 2 weeks, we will be at round 2 near McCall, Idaho. We are also brought to you today by Rockwell Time, Ruffian Snowbikes, Rexburg Motorsports, RPM, Throttle Brothers, Flying Saddle Resort, Black Mountain Rentals, and Lincoln County Customs. And here they go. There's the start on the 350 first moto. Out in front is Nathan Kingston, followed by River Rogers, followed by J.R. Robinson. These guys are going to go 7 laps. So your early leader is Nathan Kingston. So you at home can see what I can't. They're out on the course. We got a great course today, designed and built by Cody Hunt with High Altitude Power Sports and Tyson Thomas with the Rimshaw Snowmobile Hill Climb Series. Here we come, end of lap 1. They're doing about 1-minute laps today. And there goes Nathan Kingston, number 16. He is looking rock solid. River Rogers right on him, though. Those two are old rivals. Nathan's on a Husky. River's on a KTM. Running third, J.R. Robinson on a KTM. He's running a CMX kit. The lion's share of the guys today will be running timber sled kits, but they probably own 75% of the market. But there's some excellent other kits out there for these things. CMX, Yeti. Western Power Sports is coming online soon with the rail kit. And, of course, we're about to see the world's first purpose bike snow bike kit, the Ruffian. They've got one here on display. They weren't quite didn't get it ready quite in time to race it, but I think it'll be racing in 2 weeks at the McCall race, the McCall Round 2. It's designed just for snow bikes. It's not a motorcycle. And River Rogers has taken the lead. River Rogers has passed Nathan Kingston. River's on a 300 2-stroke. Kingston's on a 350 4-stroke. So right now the 2-stroke's got the edge. I got a feeling Kingston bailed. Running third, J.R. Robinson from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And River Rogers, your current leader, he is sponsored by Carl Cycle, Rogers Motor, and Ashley Heating. Rogers Motors is his family. They own Toyota stores in the greater Lewiston area and Tri-Cities area. Ashley Heating is based out of Boise. And Carl Cycle's a large power sports dealer based out of Boise. These guys are doing 7 laps. And I believe we're finishing lap 3. River Rogers still out front. He is screaming that 2-stroke. You can probably hear that. But Nathan Kingston has closed it up a bit. Scenery up here is sure awesome. We're about 30 miles south of Jackson, Wyoming. We are at the very northern end of what they call the Star Valley, and we're about 65 miles southwest of Idaho Falls, Idaho. J.R. Robinson, he's fallen back a bit, but he's giving her the old college try. This is the 6th-round National Snowbike Series. This is round 1. And there is River Rogers still leading. But oh, yeah, Nathan Kingston has cut way into his lead. And they've still got several laps to go. River Rogers better keep hauling butt because Kingston's coming for him. And he's coming fast. There's not a lot of people in this race, but I think it's going to come right down to the wire for the win. And that's not the first time these two have tangled. They're both young men, probably 16, 17, 18 years old. They're not afraid. They're in great shape, and they are making it happen. Got a good chunk of spectators out here today. There's probably 500-600 people. We're here at beautiful Melvin Brewing, one of the larger microbreweries in the West. It's an excellent, excellent place to hold an event. We're on City of Alpine property. City of Alpine's been great to deal with. River Rogers still leading. Yeah, I don't know if Kingston's gonna. Kingston is still closing though. He's back probably 4 or 5 seconds, but he is gaining. I believe we'll be hitting our white flag lap next. So Kingston's got to get with it if he's going to catch Rogers. But of course, it's a motocross format, so it'll come down to that second and final moto. If River Rogers wins this moto and Kingston finishes second, and then Kingston wins the last moto and Rogers finishes second, then Kingston will beat him because a 2-1 score always beats a 1-2 score. When you have a tie, it's broken by the second and final moto, or in some cases the third and final moto. J.R. Robinson, who's about to get lapped by River Rogers. Yeah, Kingston must have gone down again because he's back now about 30 or 40 seconds. So I think River Rogers has got this in the bag unless he tips over. There goes Nathan Kingston. He's going to save it up for the second moto. He knows how this works. Glad you're joining us today. This is our first time we've live streamed one of our events in 11 years of doing snowbike races. We put on the world's first snowbike race in January of 2009 in McCall. It was called Ground Zero, and it rolled out at that time the world's first snowbike called the 2-Moto. Hard to believe we're here 11 years later, but here we are, and hard to believe how far the sport has come. And that's River Rogers taking the checkered flag, winning the first moto of the 350 class. Again, he's sponsored by Carl Cycle, Rogers Motors, and Ashley Heating. J.R. Robinson comes across the line, but he's actually a lap down, so he takes third. And here comes Nathan Kingston on the Husky. Yeah, he looks a little tired. He'll be back for the second moto, and that's when it'll get really, really interesting. So next up is going to be our 40-plus class. You got to be at least 40 years old to get in on this one. And there's lots of stories here to tell. We've got Jason Weiss out of Hamilton, Montana. We've got Reed Young out of Nampa, Idaho. Ryan Rogers, who's River's dad, out of Clarkston, Washington. Ward White out of Utah. And Jeremy Deming, who won the national title for the over 40s last year in this sport. But Jeremy is riding with probably a broken leg. He crashed really hard yesterday, and he said, I think I've got a broken leg. And he strapped his boots on, and he's out there like a real racer does. First turn on the over 40s. And your leader is Ryan Rogers, but broken leg Jeremy Deming is right there on him in second, trying to make the pass. I remember when I was a younger man, I once took a hacksaw and sawed a cast off my broken leg and went racing. That's, but you know, I was 20 when I did that. Jeremy's north of 40, so I have to question his sanity slightly. But he's a great guy. Jeremy is a very, very successful graphic artist. He's got he's known as Germ Design. He makes beautiful graphics for bikes. So if you go online and look at Germ Design, you can find crazy ride with a broken leg Jeremy Deming, who is leading. My goodness. Jeremy Deming, broken leg and all, is leading. Go figure. Riding the beautiful gold numbers. Ryan Rogers drops to second. Jason Weiss out of Hamilton, Montana is in third. Ward White from Utah is in fourth. Reed Young in fifth out of Nampa, Idaho. I asked Jeremy how the leg felt this morning, and he said it only hurts when I breathe. So he said if I just hold my breath, it doesn't hurt. So I guess that's the secret to pain control. You don't need meds, you just need to hold your breath. This is the senior 40 and up class. If the sport keeps growing, eventually we'll add a 50 and up class. We've been asked about it. We put motorcycle hill climbs on in the summer, and we get a lot more racers for those, and we have 40 and up, 50 and up, and 60 and up, and we may play around with the 70 and up eventually. But starting the third lap, and there's crazy Jeremy Deming, Germ himself. He is leading on his YZ with the timber sled. In second, Ryan Rogers with a timber sled 450 Honda. Most of these guys are riding 450 four-strokes. Jason Weiss in third. He's out of Hamilton, Montana, KTM timber sled. Ward White out of Utah is on a Yamaha timber sled. And you can hear the screaming little two-stroke of Reed Young, little 300 KTM. He's heading up the pack, but having fun. We've got some cool vendors out here today. 509 is selling gear, beautiful gear. They make some awesome goggles and boots, outerwear, that sort of thing. Rockwell Time is here with a large assortment of watches. There's Jeremy. Jeremy Deming still leading. Only guy I've ever seen with gold numbers, but since he's a graphic designer, he knows how to make gold numbers. He's probably wearing 509 gear. We've had really good luck with the 509 gear. If you can see me on camera, I'm wearing 509, a 509 one-piece aero suit. Very comfy, very warm. Very nice. So we're about halfway through our senior 40-plus class. If you're just tuning in, current leader Jeremy Deming from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I'm calling him Crazy Jeremy today because he crashed really bad yesterday, and we're fairly certain he has a broken leg, and he wasn't going to ride, and then he decided he was going to ride, and he put his riding boots on and cinched them down really tight. And I told you earlier a secret. He said if he doesn't breathe, it doesn't hurt. So got his boots cinched down, not breathing, and leading. But I see Ryan Rogers is closing it up a little bit. Running second. Jason Weiss from Hamilton, Montana, running third. Ryan and his son River ride most of our races. They're out of Clarkston, Washington. And they are Toyota dealers, and they are fun guys to have around. Number 810 is Ward White. He's out of Utah, Garden City, Utah. I don't know where Garden City, Utah is. I know where Garden City, Idaho is. That's a suburb of Boise, but I didn't know there was a Garden City, Utah. Somebody will have to clue me in later where that is. Reed Young, still running fifth. The only two-stroke in the class. The majority of these guys ride 450 four-strokes, but there are definitely some little screaming two-strokes out there here and there. Jeremy normally stands up a lot more. I understand now why he's sitting down. He's trying to nurse that broken leg, not standing up much at all. That probably helps. Doesn't have to put as much weight on that leg. But you know what? Action speaks louder than words, and he's leading. Be interesting to see if his not breathing technique to control the pain, how that holds up for the second time he races later today. Maybe he gets to take a breath in between races. I don't know. We are about to throw the white flag, which will mean one lap to go. There it is, Jeremy Deming, Mr. Gold Numbers, Mr. Broken Leg, Mr. Hold Your Breath. Mr. Incredibly talented graphic designer with Germ Design out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, on his last lap. Again, this is our first time we've ever live streamed. We are here courtesy of Bill Francis and his wife and Track Shot Live. And we hope you're out there watching us. This is streaming out today to a pretty big audience. 509 patched us in, and they are phenomenal at social media. They've got 723,000 followers on their Facebook page, so we hope some of you are watching us today. And Rockwell Watches has got 70,000 followers. We hope you're watching us too. They're based out of Utah. We are on our last lap. Should see Jeremy Deming here any second, and then he'll be able to breathe. I like the gold numbers. And there he is, your winner. Even does a little bit of a knack just to say, hey, here I am, and I'm still fast, broken leg and all. Wow. That's pretty hard to top. Ryan Rogers takes second. Jason Weiss closes way up to take third, just behind Ryan. This is Moto 1 of our senior 40-plus class. Next up is going to be the Open Trophy class. That class allows turbos, it allows NOS, and it allows bigger displacement than 450s. So you'll occasionally see a 550 KTM or something along those lines. There's Ward White taking fourth. He's out of Garden City, Utah, on a YZ Yamaha with a timber sled. And Reed Young. I know he's sponsored by Pro Moto Billet, and he's out of Nampa, Idaho, and he's good friends with those Pro Moto Billet guys.
Down, I repeat, vehicle 1 is down, 013, 1 by enemy compound. Push, immediate.
Anything in that building is a target?
Cleared hot, cleared hot. Okay, that's all I needed.
What's going on, everybody? Josh Decker here from Track Shot Live. Going to be with you all year long with over 20 demolition derbies from all over the country.
Oh, there it is! Derek Gordon, what? Baby. Woo! Wow! We never saw that!
So if you're a motor guy, gearhead just like me, you like motors, you like horsepower, you like crunch and stuff, you need to follow us at Track Shot Live all year long. We're going to start hitting them right here in February, and we're going to go all the way till next November, late into November, every month, bringing you free demolition derbies, again, from all over the country. We're going to wreck buses and cars and limos and trucks and vans and you name it. You're going to get to watch us smash it. So, again, follow us live at our website, www.trackshotlive.com.
Again, let's thank our sponsors, 509, U.S. Air Force Special Warfare. And I learned a little bit about that. U.S. Air Force Special Warfare is the Air Force equivalent of Navy SEALs, which means I probably would advise you not to pick a fight with one of those guys. Probably not a good idea. Rockwell Time, Ruffian Snow Bikes, Rexburg Motorsports is here today. RPM, Throttle Brothers is here with Yeti. Flying Saddle Resort, Black Mountain Rentals, Tyson Thomas and Rimshaw, who helped build our course, along with Cody Hunt and High Altitude Power Sports, and Lincoln County Customs, your one-stop dirt bike shop here in beautiful Alpine, Wyoming. And many times today we want to thank Alpine Mayor Kenneth Lutz, who this race is running on city property, and we could have never got this done without Kenneth. He's a righteous dude, as I like to say, which kind of dates me. Those who don't know me, I'm definitely north of 50. Oops, I'm north of 60. But back in the day, righteous dude was a good thing, and I'm going to stick with that. Next up is going to be our open trophy class. We got an assortment of fast guys in there. And then that'll be followed by the pro men. And again, this is a two-moto format today. So this moto just kind of sets the stage. It all kind of comes down to that last moto, and these guys know that. I imagine some of them are coasting a little bit, saving themselves for the second moto. The second moto is more important because that breaks the tie. And that's where a two-moto score of 2-1 beats a 1-2. Old school motocross. So the open trophy is going to have Tyler Towles, Nathan Kingston, Austin Sharp, Braxton Tomlinson, River Rogers, and Ward White. This is always an interesting class, too. There's, I don't know if anybody has got Nitro or NOS today out there. They might, but there's usually some very good racing in this class. I'm going to zip up my 509 one piece a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of a chill sitting here because I'm not moving around. Even the great gear like this is not always perfect if you're not moving. You got to be moving a little bit. Hope you're all enjoying our show today. Snow bike racing has been around. As I said, we ran the first ever snow bike race in January of 2009. And that wasn't that long ago, but it feels like about 3 lifetimes ago because the snow bike kits have improved an incredible amount. The kits are so much better than they used to be. And the guys are going so fast. We're going to see pro lap times today of probably around 55 seconds, maybe even a little bit faster than that, possibly. Have to get my handy wristwatch out here that has a stopwatch function so I can get some lap times. Your open trophy class, first moto. We'll get some rider interviews a bit later. I definitely want to interview Jeremy Deming, Mr. Broken Leg Wildman. There we go. Your leader right off the first turn is Nathan Kingston, who you might recall led quite a bit of the 350 before he crashed and fell back. Nate Kingston is chased by River Rogers. This is the open trophy class, so these guys are riding 450s or bigger. 7 laps on a track that's about 3/4 of a mile around. I better get a lap time. Let's see how their laps go versus the pros. Nate Kingston ripping it up pretty good. River Rogers is right on him, it looks like. Here they come. End of the first lap, it is Nate Kingston, followed by River Rogers, followed by Austin Sharp. Followed by Ward White out of Garden City, Utah. Followed by Tyler Towles. He's out of 9 Mile Falls, Washington, I think. Nate Kingston does a 1:04 lap. So remember that, a 1:04. We'll see how that stacks up against the pros, which are coming up next. But River Rogers has closed it back up a little bit. These two really are rivals. I've seen them go at it a number of times. They're so close to the same speed. One on a 2-stroke, one on a 4-stroke. This is the first round of 2021 of the 509 Air Force Special Warfare National Snowbike Series. We've got some awesome links on our website, snowbikeseries.com. You can go on there and learn all about Air Force Special Warfare. All I can say is I'm really glad that they're on our side. And they have done a lot of cool humanitarian things like hurricane relief in Honduras. They are there when help is needed, but first and foremost, they are some serious badass hombres when it comes to taking care of business when the bad guys need to be put in their place. So that's why I'm really glad they're on our side. So we are once again here in the open trophy class. Ward White and Austin Sharp going by. They are running 4th and 5th. Up front, we've got Nate Kingston. Nate Kingston is still leading the show here in the open trophy class. River Rogers moves up to 2nd. Tyler Towell's having a good time, but he's down a lap, so. But I'll bet he's having fun. The guys seem to really like this track. This track was designed by local racer Cody Hunt, and he teamed up with Rimshaw. You guys, some of you will know who Rimshaw is. That's a wonderful organization that puts on all the snowmobile hill climbs in the West. And we really, really are indebted to Rimshaw. What a great group of guys. Their president, Tyson Thomas, came up and spent days and days in his groomer. I'll bet he burned 100 gallons of fuel. At Cody Hunt pushing snow with the dozer. Compliments of Black Mountain Rentals. And then we had Tyson shaping the snow, and the end result is a really, really rock solid track. You know, I'm not from here, I'm from the Boise area. Looks to me like there's a ton of snow here. There's about 20 inches of snow, but the locals tell me this is only about half of normal. So we had to do quite a bit of bulldozer work Cody did on that Black Mountain Rental dozer to push the snow up into the mounds that we needed. But it's worked out really well. We're sitting right here within 200 feet of the amazing Melvin Brewing, one of the largest microbrewers in the country. I understand they're in 18 states now. They run 2 semis a day. Nate Kingston gets the white flag. Unless he bails off, I think he's got the win in the bag. River Rogers had come right up on him, but Rivers faded back. I think that same thing. I think Rivers going to save it up for that second and deciding moto. So that's going to be fun. Up next is going to be the pro men. The pro men, and then we've got a couple of snowmobile classes, and then we will regroom the track and get ready for the second round. I see spectators still driving in. It looks like bumper to bumper traffic down there. The word got out on this thing, and people are pretty excited about it. Nate Kingston takes the checkered right there, number 16, sponsored by Fly Racing. Kingston Drywall. A very tough, skilled young man right there, as is River Rogers, his arch rival, who's about to take second. So we'll see those two back for the next moto, that's for sure. River Rogers brings it home in second. Once again, this is the open trophy class. This is the home for guys that aren't quite riding at the pro level, and more importantly, it's for bikes that if they want to run NOS or they want to run turbos or they have a motor bigger than 450, they can live here. We occasionally get an old Honda. Oh, crash. We got a guy that hit and went over the bars, but he's up. He's up, but I can't get a number from here. I think it's number 191, Tyler Towles, but he's okay. He's up, trying to get his bike started again. He it looked like he over jumped and he landed on the flats and it bottomed out and he almost saved it and then it just pitched him right over the bars. I'll tell you this much, landing on snow, crashing on snow beats the heck out of crashing on dirt. We almost never get injuries here. I think in 12 years of putting these things on, we've had maybe 2 twisted knees, one concussion, and I think we had a dislocated shoulder one time. The injuries have been almost zero, and we like that. Yeah, that was Tyler Towles, but he's okay. He's all right. Almost saved it. That was a good, as good as you can do for almost saving it. Now coming up, this is going to be wild. These are the pro men, and we've got defending national champion Jimmy Jarrett in here. We've got Canyon Ashley, who's now old enough to try the pro class out for the first time. Parker Earl, Austin Barber, Jake Hedlund, Corey Kelly, and here they go. Here they go. And your leader, Jimmy Jarrett, number 44 on the Kawasaki. Of course, Jimmy doesn't like me to talk about his age. I think he's 45 or 46. He doesn't like me to do that, but goodness gracious, he rides like a 19-year-old. But I'll try to keep his age down to a dull roar. But let's just say that he's easily eligible for the 40 and up class, but he's not ready to be 40 and up yet. Jimmy, former 2-time national hare scrambles AMA champion. He's been to the 6 days several times. He's probably the most famous rider here. Got a heck of a resume. Former X Games racer. Yeah, Jimmy is leading. And running in second is Justin Thomas. All right, we'll get a lap time on Jimmy. Jake Hedlund running fourth. Yeah, there are some guys hauling the nail out there, but that makes sense since this is the pro men's class. Remember, our fastest lap time today so far has been Nathan Kingston in the open trophy class with a 104. Let's see what Jimmy turns. I think he's going to be a sub 1 minute lap is what I think. Jimmy Jarrett, formerly from the Midwest, I think Ohio. He now resides in Star, Idaho. And Jimmy is 59-second lap for Jimmy. And Justin Thomas from Idaho Falls is closing in on Jimmy. Justin Thomas, sponsored by Timbersled, Fly Racing, Fox, SLR, and Carl Cycle. Jimmy's sponsored by Fly Racing 100%, Carl Cycle, Timber Sled, and Team Green. Yeah, 59-second lap. I'm not surprised. But Jimmy doesn't have it in the bag. He's got Justin Thomas from Idaho Falls closing in. Oh, and Justin right there now. Justin passes Jimmy. Kawasaki's running 1 and 2. So your current pro men's leader in the first moto, Justin Thomas, Jimmy Jarrett. They're right there, 1 and 2, both on 450 Kawasaki timber sleds. Jake Hedlund running 3rd. Parker Earl from Garden City, Utah running 4th. Parker is sponsored by SLR, Carl Cycle, Yeti, and Fly Racing. So the majority of these kits out there right now are timber sleds, but we do have a couple of Yetis. Yeti is an ultralight carbon fiber unit out of Canada. We probably would have had some Canadians for this race, but stinking COVID closed the border down. But there ain't no stinking COVID here. We're doing good. We're feeling good. And we are enjoying some great racing. And Justin Thomas has pulled out to a 3 or 4 second lead, but I wouldn't write Jimmy off just yet. Jimmy is a super, super experienced racer that goes back 2.5 decades. And he knows how to get the job done. So we will see. These guys are going 10 laps too, so stamina starts to play a little bigger role. Got Corey Kelly out there in his first pro race. He's sponsored by Rogers Motors and Fly Racing. Justin Thomas still leading. Jimmy Jarrett second, but Jimmy's faded back probably 5 or 6 seconds now. And Parker Earl is closing up on Jimmy a little bit. Parker Earl again from Garden City, Utah. Sponsored by SLR, Carl Cycle, Yeti Snow Bike Kits, and Fly Racing. Jake Hedlund's running 4th. So we still got Kawasaki 1-2, but Parker Earl on his Husky Yeti is closing up on Jimmy. Got Austin Barber, sponsored by C&M, out of Rapdrum, Idaho, on a Honda timber sled. He's running 6th. Yeah, Justin Thomas still flying. And Parker Earl gets around Jimmy Jarrett. So Parker Earl moves into 2nd. Jimmy Jarrett 3rd. Boy, it's rare you see Jimmy anywhere but 1st. But of course, again, that all-important 2nd moto, I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy's saving a little something. He usually has an extra gear or 2 or 3 stashed in reserve. So he may just be relaxing right now in this first moto, getting the feel of the track. But meanwhile, up front, Justin Thomas out of Idaho Falls, sponsored by Timber Sled, Fly, and Fox Racing, is absolutely out in front. You know what? Parker Earl is closing up a bit. He's made up a lot of time on Justin Thomas. I don't think Parker's got time to catch him, but he's made up a lot of time. I'm not familiar with Parker. I don't think he's come to any of our races before, but He's out of Garden City, Utah, and he's sponsored by SLR, Cloud Cycle, Yeti Snow Bike Kits, and Fly Racing, and he is hauling butt out there on his Husqvarna equipped with a Yeti Snow Bike Kit. We'll have to interview some of these guys in a bit. This is fun. Justin Thomas still leading. Parker Earl definitely has gained on him, but he's still back at least 6 or 7 seconds. Jimmy Jarrett comfortably holding on to third. Jake Hedlund, Austin Barber. Corey Kelly in his first pro race, sponsored by Rogers Motors and Fly Racing. And Tyler Towles from 9 Mile Falls, Washington, sponsored by Zips. He's keeping her rubber side down this time, so he'll be back. We are on our white flag lap, which means 1 to go. And Justin Thomas has pretty much got this sewn up, but look out for Parker Earl in the next race. Parker, if he would have got a better start, boy, that kid's fast. I'm impressed. I can't wait to see what he does in the next go round. Next up's going to be our snowmobile class. We don't get a lot of snowmobiles because this series is the National Snow Bike Series. The ISOT guys specialize with the snowmobiles. That's what they do. But we like having the snowmobiles around. The guys tell me they actually clean some of the ruts up on the track a little bit. And there is your first moto winner, Justin Thomas, out of Idaho Falls, Idaho, on the Kawasaki Timber Sled. Parker Earls on the Husky with the Yeti kit finishes second. Going to be watching him in the next moto. Jimmy Jarrett taking third. Jake Hedlund taking fourth. Jake's out of Rathdrum, Idaho, sponsored by C&M on a Yamaha with a timber sled kit. Austin Barber, also out of Rathdrum, Idaho, on a Honda with a timber sled kit, sponsored by C&M. Him and Jake are teammates, of course. And Canyon Ashley, sponsored by Carl Cycle and Ashley Heating and Air. He's out of Kuna, Idaho, on a Honda with a timber sled kit.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
What's going on, everybody? Josh Decker here from Track Shot Live. Going to be with you all year long with over 20 demolition derbies from all over the country.
Oh, there it is! Derek Gordon, what my baby! Woo! Whoa! We never saw that!
So if you're a motor guy, gearhead just like me, you like motors, you like horsepower, you like crunch and stuff, you need to follow us at Track Shot Live all year long. We're going to start hitting them right here in February, and we're going to go all the way till next November, late into November, every month, bringing you free demolition derbies, again, from all over the country. We're going to wreck buses and cars and limos and trucks and vans and you name it. You're going to get to watch us smash it. So, again, follow us live at our website, www.trackshotlive.com.
Coming up is our snowmobile adult class.
I need those red wristbands. I looked just.
They're in my. It should be in my briefcase or in the nose cone of the trailer.
Okay.
Either the nose cone of the trailer or my briefcase.
Okay.
One of the two.
Beauty of it is we run out of grays.
And what is that? How many was that?
Over 300. I can't remember. Four something. I can't remember right off.
Okay. Good deal.
But we've been sending them through without wristbands too, so we're keeping.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Go back across.
Yeah. Okay, just had to pull the headphones for a second. That was Patricia Shutterly, our lead wristband seller, telling me that we've run out of one color wristbands. We had 400 of those, so that tells you there's a pretty good crowd building up here today. Over 400 anyway. So now we're going to do our snowmobiles. We got Jake Dahl and Gendro Rantanen and Garrett Spencer. 2 Polarises and a Skidoo. Come on, snowmobiles. Here they come. I hear that 2-stroke whine. Always fun to watch these guys. Again, this is the National Snowbike Series. We're primarily snowbikes, but we like sleds too, and we always dream about putting one of these 130 horsepower snowmobile motors in a snowbike. And that's the stuff dreams are made of, and that's what Ruffian Snowbikes is working on. They're building purpose-built snowbike kits. In other words, they're not taking a motocross bike and redesigning it for the snow. They're taking their own chassis, their own design, their own track, their own suspension and everything, and they're setting it up for different motors. And that would be legal in our open trophy class. So I think down the road we will probably see some Ruffian snow bikes out here with 100+ horsepower snowmobile engines in it. I can't wait for that day. That's just going to be funner than a barrel of monkeys. My hands are getting cold. I need some 509 gloves. And the leading snowmobile, if I can get a number, that is number 51, Jake Dahl on a Polaris. Running second is, and running second is Alandro Ratanen, and running third is Garrett Spencer. I believe these guys are all locals. And of course, the guy running second, Angendrero, is on a long track machine. That's got to be the first time I've ever seen a long track snowmobile on a snowcross course. That's, let's see, what would be a good analogy? That would be like putting a little dirt track sprint car on a drag race. Or better yet, putting a long stretched out drag racing car on a short, tight, curvy sprint track. Wouldn't turn very good. But he's out there running second, and I'll bet he's having fun. I'll bet there's a big grin under that helmet. So once again, we're here in beautiful Alpine, Wyoming. It's kind of overcast today, but it's not too shabby. A little bit of a breeze, but not super cold. If you're wearing 509 gear like I am, it's okay. And the leader continues to be Jake Dahl on his Polaris. I'd say that thing's been modded a little bit. Angendrero Rantanen on the long track Skidoo is still hanging on to second. I don't know how he can turn that thing. And actually, the guy chasing him, Garrett Spencer's on a long track too. Goodness. Well, you got to give him an A for effort. That's for sure. I asked the parents, and they said yes, because they said the jump they were worried about the people.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the parents said give it a go, and if they get stuck, they'll be. And I think the parents will. That'll be the Your kid was fast. We need to get him over for an interview. He likes to run. I could tell. He went right around Jimmy, and I'm very happy to do that. So I was just speaking with Tyson Thomas about the little kids, our last race of the first half of the day. Little kids on the snowmobiles, little tiny snowmobiles, as you'll see. Sometimes they can't make the whole track because they are little teeny tiny snowmobiles, but they're gonna do it. They're gonna do 2 laps, and then we're gonna take a break for grooming. Big helmets off, thanks to Tyson Thomas and the whole Rimshaw Snowmobile family. I always felt close to them because I put on motorcycle hill climbs in the summer, and they put on snowmobile hill climbs in the winter. So they're the winter hill climbers, and we're the summer hill climbers. But they have a great program. If you ever get a chance to go to the Jackson Hill Climb that they run every year in March, unbelievable. It is quite a deal. They get 15, 20,000 spectators. They have sleds that flip and tumble all the way down the mountain. They try to catch them with big nets. Sometimes they succeed and sometimes they don't. But you should put that on your bucket list if you've never gone, the Jackson Hill Climb. It's really something. And we are just awaiting the start of the kids' mini snowmobile race. They're going to be riding. These are little teeny tiny kids on 120s. Everybody cheers for them. They all get a trophy. You got to start somewhere, and I think one of the little guys is only 3 or 4 years old. But you got to start somewhere, and that's where they start. And then we will be taking an intermission to groom the track. I'm going to get some guys over here to interview. This is round 1 of the 509 race gear U.S. Air Force Special Warfare National Snowbike Series. And we are live streaming on 509's Facebook site. And here comes the little, oh goodness, there's more than, oh, I see what we got. We got parents out there chasing or something. Okay. Honestly, for the first time today, I'm befuddled. I'm not sure what we have. That's not little kids' snowmobiles. That's adults, but it's some different snowmobiles than we had in the first race, so I'm not sure what that is. It's snowmobiles. I wish I had some nice wintry music to put on for you and we could just watch unknown snowmobilers racing around in Alpine. We got a running Ruffian here. Hold on, I got a big announcement coming. First of all, tell me what's going on here. We had this men's snowmobile class. Is this another different snowmobile class? Okay, that's fine. I don't have any info on that, whatever that is. Okay. We have a running Ruffian, so is he gonna do a demo lap, or what are we gonna do? What is this? Is this another? The snowmobile is out there. So we're gonna go 2 laps to get this. We're Okay, live streamers, Ron Dillon back with you. Real time, real fun, Alpine, Wyoming. So, okay, I don't have perfect communication with the registration and the scoring team, although we're doing pretty good today, but that was snowmobile practice because they hadn't been out on the track. So now it's snowmobile racing, and Cody Hunt snuck in there to enter. So we've got 4 guys in this class, and boy, they look like they're having fun. Then we'll do the little kids' snowmobiles. Oh yeah, they're all tight now. I guess they were playing because it was practice. Now it's a war out there. Might only be 4 of them, but there's 4 of them having a war on their snowmobiles. That's pretty fun. So, and our announcer Cody Hunt and the guy that helped build this track is out there this time. And the leader is still Jake Dahl. That's just, yeah. Yeah, we were just having a discussion about the little kids. They're going to run one full lap. Snowmobiles out there beating through the snow. You can hear, they make a whole different set of noises from the snow bikes. The snow bikes have their clankety clank noises, and the snowmobiles have their clunkety clunk noises, and together it kind of makes a cacophony of winter music. Those multi-cylinder 2-strokes that make the whiny bumblebee sound, we used to call that chamber music. It's high and it's shrieky, and I love it. I grew up with it. There's people that would probably put their hands over their ears, but probably nobody in this crowd today. We like the noise, and we like what's happening here in Alpine, Wyoming. And yeah, that Jake Dahl is not messing around. Running second is Garrett Spencer. Running third is Alandro Rantin, and Cody Hunt in fourth. Yeah, this is the snowmobile class for big boys. We got a little bit of everything out there. Skidoo, Polaris, long track, short track, modified, not modified. And the big announcement, they informed me that they have a Ruffian snow bike. This will be the first ever snow bike out here in the West, the first ever Ruffian snow bike. He's going to ride. Jason Tobridge is going to do a lap or 2 demonstration on it. Yeah, these snowmobiles, or sleds, as us old dogs call them. Those guys are having some fun. Cody Hunt closing up on Garrett Spencer. Again, we're going to do the kids' snowmobile race here next, and at some point they're going to slip in a little quick demonstration to show you what a Ruffian snow bike looks like. I have a friend whose name I cannot say who works at one of the very big snow bike kit manufacturers, and he told me that purpose-built snow bikes are going to be the wave of the future. Right now, Snow bikes are a kit that you put on a dirt bike, a Yamaha YZ450, a Honda CR450, a KTM, and so on and so forth. But, you know, they're designed to ride in dirt and water and dust and so on and so forth. And there's some compromises that have to be made. So when somebody perfects the purpose-built snow bike that looks like a dirt bike but is designed specifically for snow, they'll have a little different frame design, probably a different center of gravity. They'll pay a little more attention to the air intake so that it doesn't pull snow in, and there won't be any compromise. It'll be all about a two-wheeled type vehicle instead of wheels, a ski and a track that's designed for nothing but running in the snow. And that's what Ruffian is going to be bringing us. And they are a sponsor of this National Snow Bike Series, and we're proud to have them. And out comes the white flag, so 1 lap to go. And our leader is still Jake Dahl. But Garrett Spencer is closed up on him big time. Cody Hunt's moved into third. Olandro Rantanen on his Skidoo, running fourth. Yeah, it's definitely cooled off a little bit in the last half hour, but I'm just sitting here. I'm not up running around like I should be. But the weather's not too bad today. It's kind of cloudy, kind of overcast. It's not snowing at all. There's a slight breeze, but nothing too serious. Glad we're here. Can't wait for a burger or a taco later at Melton Brewing, along with one of their wonderful craft beers. And your winner of the Snowmobile men's class is Jake Dahl, closely followed by Garrett Spencer, who made up an enormous amount of time in the last couple of laps. Cody Hunt takes third. He'll go back to his announcing duties here momentarily. And I know I'm not saying this guy's name right. Olandro Rantanen is my best guess. On a Skidoo, he's out of Jackson. He takes fourth, and now we should get the cue for the little kids snowmobile. That'll be our halfway mark for the day. When they're done, the guys will come out and groom the track a bit, and then it's time to jump right back in again. We do trophies 5 deep on most of these classes, so lots of guys will get a trophy today. And I want to see that Ruffian snow bike going. That's going to be fun. And the little kids' snow bikes or snowmobiles are running. They are quiet and they are small and they are a crowd favorite for sure. And there they go. These guys are running little 120 snowmobiles. They're designed for little kids, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And the kid in front is on I don't have a name, but, well, maybe I do. Bodie Craig. Bodie Craig is leading on a little 200. Polaris, and his little cousin, whose name I absolutely don't have, is on a 120. And that will be that part of the pro. That we will be exactly half done when these little guys on this snowmobile do their lap. I think they're doing 1 lap, I believe. We'll take a break for grooming. And then we will start all over again here in Alpine, Wyoming. Little chilly. It's about 20 something degrees, maybe 23. But I'm not going to complain because they told me the race last weekend in West Yellowstone was 13 below. So you know what? I'll take 23 over 13 below every time. Easy choice. This is round 1 of the 509 U.S. Air Force Special Warfare National Snowbike Series. And we are here in Alpine, Wyoming, which is located about 375 miles from Boise, maybe 250 miles from Salt Lake, and 65 miles southeast of Idaho Falls, and 30 miles south of Jackson, Wyoming. Yeah, they're running the little guys 2 laps, so there goes Bodie Craig, your leader. Moving right along. You know, that wasn't, that I should have timed that. That actually was not a bad lap time at all for that little man. I think he's about 6. His little cousin is only 3, so, and he's on a smaller machine, so he's struggling a little bit, but he's I see him. He's over there. Looks like he stopped maybe to ask Dad where to keep going. Oh, his machine died. They're pulling on the rope. Boy, if a kid starts racing at 3, imagine what he's going to be at 13. A seasoned veteran. Yeah, they're having some problems with that machine. The poor guy. There he goes. Okay. Back on the trail. I'm sorry I don't have his name. He signed up really late, but it's a cousin to Bodie Craig. Wow, and he took that little thing right up the hill that we were concerned a little teeny tiny sled wouldn't be able to climb. He just went right over it. We will be taking a slight halftime intermission here and grooming the course out. And then we start the second, and I'm sure even wilder set of races for round 2. We're right on track. It's 12:48 in the afternoon. Our goal was to be done at 4 o'clock, and we should make that no problem. No problem at all. Thanks for joining us on this Track Shot live streaming. If you're listening to us on the 509 Facebook page, or you might be listening to us on the Track Shot Live page, or you might be listening to us on Rockwell Watches page. And this will probably be, I believe, posted to YouTube. I'm kind of new at this. The Track Shot Live guys are veterans at it, but this is my first time being around all this cool technology. It's amazing how much the cameras have shrunk. I remember back in the day where a camera was the size of a TV set. Now it's a little tiny thing you can hold in your palm and get network quality. Just waiting for our last little snowmobile to come around. We'll be officially half done. And we'll get some grooming going and get back on the road with round 2. This is Alpine, Wyoming, talking out to you with round 1 of the 509 U.S. Air Force Special Warfare National Snowbike Series. And we are tied in with Rockwell Time, Ruffian Snowbikes, Rexburg Motorsports, RPM, which is a power sports dealer in Thane, Wyoming, Throttle Brothers, Flying Saddle Resort, Black Mountain Rentals, Tyson Thomas and Rimshaw Hill Climb Series, Cody Hunt and High Altitude Power Sports, and Lincoln County Customs. Yeah, our little guy's moving. I can see him. 3 years old and 120 cc's, so he doesn't have a whole bunch to work with, but by George, he's moving. He's going over all those bumps and jumps and ups and downs. So we'll be taking a break here momentarily. Clean the track up. And I can hear people applauding him. He's probably got 47 aunts and uncles here. And good job, little man. Okay, so we are exactly half done. We'll take a little break here and get right back to you. We're going to be seeing a little something of the Ruffian snow bike. I better make sure they're not going to do that now, but I don't see it moving. And I'm going to go warm my hands up for a bit. We'll get right back to you. Thanks for joining us. So we are going to get a sneak peek at a Ruffian snow bike. They just shipped this out from New Hampshire. This is a purpose-built Ruffian snow bike. I should have started my watch so I could get a lap time on him, but the cameras will pick him up. I can't see him right now, but you watching the live stream can. Very lightweight. I understand this thing is 50 or 60 pounds lighter than a typical timber sled on a YZ450 or a Honda 450. That's a huge, huge positive factor right there. So he's out there. That's Jason Towbridge taking it through its paces. Not racing or anything, but just showing it off and letting people see what a Ruffian snow bike looks like. This company's out of New Hampshire, and they are, we think they're onto something. Lightweight, lower center of gravity. I'm not sure what motor's in it. I think it's a 350 gas. It's a smaller 4-stroke, but he's trying to work his way around the groomer. You should be able to see him on the cameras though, and you can see the groomer doing what he does, which is knock the course into shape after it gets tore up from the racing. As soon as we get done today, we'll be going right into the wonderful Melvin Brewing and doing the awards in there, where I suspect food and frosty adult cold beverages will probably flow, along with Pepsis for the kids. Having fun out here. Life is good in Wyoming. That man running the groomer is Tyson Thomas, who is the president of Rimshaw. I already liked Rimshaw. I really, really like Rimshaw now because they really helped us with the grooming here. Very, very much so. So we'll have to do some chats with Rimshaw in the future. Good group of guys, and you got to go check out that Jackson Snowmobile hill climb they hold every March. That thing is nuts. It's a bucket list for sure. Kind of like our Big Nasty hill climb. I guess I should plug it. We do the largest motorcycle event in Idaho every year, every September, called the Big Nasty hill climb, and it is held near Boise on a Big Nasty hill, and we've had as many as 13,200 spectators. We've had up to 899 riders, and it's 4 days of country music and camping and bikes trying to climb a cliff. We also do the only motorcycle hill climb in the state of Utah every mid-May, which is called X12, down by Tremont in Utah on the Idaho-Utah border. That'll be coming up later this year. So we got to see a little glimpse today of the Ruffian snow bike. And Tyson's doing a bit more grooming. And I'm going to go warm my hands up. I will be right back with you.
Anything in that building is a target?
Cleared hot, cleared hot. Okay, that's all I needed.
What's going on, everybody? Josh Decker here from Track Shot Live. Going to be with you all year long with over 20 demolition derbies from all over the country.
Oh, there it is. Derek Gordon, what my baby. Woo! Whoa! I never saw that.
So if you're a motor guy, gearhead just like me, you like motors, you like horsepower, you like crunch and stuff, you need to follow us at Track Shot Live all year long. We're going to start hitting them right here in February, and we're going to go all the way till next November, late into November, every month, bringing you free demolition derbies, again, from all over the country. We're going to wreck buses and cars and limos and trucks and vans and you name it. You're going to get to watch us smash it. So again, follow us live at our website, www.trackshotlive.com.
Here we go, round 2 of the Women National Snowbike Series, Alpine, Wyoming. Jamie Parks is once again out front. This is a combined class of pro women and amateur women. Jamie is the defending Women's National Snowbike Champion, and she is fast. And she is leading. And she is from Hamilton, Wyoming. A very fast, very nice young lady who comes to most of our races. We are starting the second half of the day. We did our first, we're doing a 2-moto format today. Those of you familiar with motocross are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And we are starting round 2. Jamie Parks, number 14, riding Yamaha YZ450 with a timber sled. She is moving right along. Probably the fastest woman in the world right now on a snow bike. Christina James running second. Good racing going on. Those are your 2 pro women, and then our amateur women. We got Erin Robinson, Tina Weiss, and Maggie Crowley going at it. Tina's from Hamilton, Montana, and is sponsored by Fly Racing, Skull Candy, and Mountain Power Sports. Erin Robinson's from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. She's on the number 11 bike. Tina's on the number 88 KTM Timber Sled. And Maggie Crowley, I think this is her first race ever. She's out of Butte, Montana on a Yamaha Timber Sled. Erin Robinson's on a KTM with a CMX. So the three brands of kits that we're seeing today are more timber sleds than anything, but there's several CMXs. They're a nice company out of Big Timber, Montana, and there are some Yetis here. They're a Canadian company. On our white flag lap. Jamie Parks leading, Christina James second. That's the pro women. Maggie Crowley, or Erin Robinson, Tina Weiss, and Maggie Crowley heading up the amateur women. This is round one of the 509 U.S. Air Force Special Warfare National Snow Bike Series, brought to you by Rockwell Time, Ruffian Snow Bikes, Rexburg Motorsports, RPM, Throttle Brothers, Flying Saddle Resort, Black Mountain Rentals, Tyson Thomas and Rimshaw, Cody Hunt and High Altitude Powder Sports, and Lincoln County Customs, your one-stop power sports shop in Alpine, Wyoming. Jamie Parks took the checkered. The winner of the amateur is J.R. Robinson, and Tina Weiss moving up. They passed Christina James right at the end. Snowbiking is a great sport for women. It really is. They can do it, and they can do it well. We've got two women's classes here in our National Snowbike Series. We've got a pro women's class and a amateur women's class. And if you are a woman, young or old, and you've never got on a snow bike, I would encourage you to. If it counts, it sure hurts a lot less to tip over on snow than it does on dirt. Next up is our 350 class. This is usually a mixture of 300 two-strokes and 350 two-strokes, or 350 four-strokes, rather. And I think that's what we have today, actually. They are getting ready to roll. We had a great race last time between Nathan Kingston and River Rogers. Nathan led for a while, crashed. River took the win, but the second moto is more important. It breaks a tie. So I would expect to see Nathan very serious this time around. He wants to win this thing bad. And here they go. Into the first turn, Nathan Kingston, River Rogers, River got him. That River shut the door on him. Nothing dirty about that. That's racing, but River was not going to give Nathan the opening that he needed. So it's game on now. J.R. Robinson running 30s from Coeur d'Alene on a KTM CMX model. This should be fun. These guys are young and in shape, and they can take a licking and keep on ticking like the old wristwatch commercial. So I expect to see some great racing out there. Right now it's River Rogers in the lead on the 300 KTM two-stroke, but Nathan's right there on the 350 four-stroke. Both of them on the throttle limiters, rev limiters. Two-stroke versus four-stroke. Next up will be our over 40 class. Always my favorite since I'm over 40 and 50 and 60, but who's counting? They're still really tight, maybe a second and a half between them. I love watching these young guys go at it. They've had, Nathan Kingston and River Rogers have had so many great races over the years. The last two, I guess they're too young to have been around too long, but the last couple of seasons, those two have really gone at it. They're now both maybe 17. Nathan Kingston's out of Caldwell, Idaho. He's riding a Husky with a timber sled on it, and he's sponsored by Kingston Drywall, his hard-working dad helping him out. And River Rogers, sponsored by Carl Cycle, Rogers Motors, and Ashley Heating on KTM two-stroke. So he's on a 300 KTM two-stroke, and Kingston's on a 350 Husky four-stroke. But I think Nathan went down because he's back a ways. I don't have the ability to see the backside of the course from where I'm sitting, but there goes Nathan. But he must have tipped over because he's back about 15 seconds now. So River Rogers should be able to pull off the win here unless he does something silly and tips over. J.R. Robinson from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, running third on a KTM with the lone CMX kit in this group, but those are good kits. CMXs are handmade in Big Timber, Montana, and they're very light and they're very trick looking and might be something to consider. River Rogers got a really good lead now. He is just screaming the guts out of that little 300 KTM two-stroke. Nathan Kingston's gained back a little bit of ground. Yeah, he definitely crashed on the backside, but he's got a good 8 or 10 seconds to make up, and he's only got a couple of laps. But you never know. That's racing. You never know what's going to happen. J.R. Robinson from Coeur d'Alene, number 11 on the KTM CMX, still holding in there. Pretty smooth. Just needs a little bit more speed. One more notch, and he'd be right there with Kingston and Rogers. Yeah, Kingston's definitely made some ground back up, but not enough, I'm afraid, unless River bails. Once again, we are here in Alpine, Wyoming at round 1 of the 509 U.S. Air Force Special Warfare National Snowbike Series, where we focus on snowbikes, and more snowbikes. We do have a couple of races later today for snowmobiles. And River Rogers takes the white flag. 1 to go. Nathan Kingston running second still. Nathan's dropped back again a little bit. I'm not sure if he's getting tired or if he tipped over, but I think he's got second in the bag, and then we've got J.R. Robinson third. Next up will be the senior 40-plus class. And River Rogers takes the win. That will give him 1 and 1 moto scores today, so he absolutely positively wins the 350 class. Nathan Kingston takes second. I'm sure he's a little disappointed. He's got the speed to run with River. He's beat River before. River's beat him, but today was River's day, at least in the 350 class. Next up are those wonderful senior citizens, the 40 and up class. Remember last moto we had Jeremy Deming, defending national champion. He in this class, he has what is believed to be a broken leg, and he taped it up and sewed it up, and he won the first moto. I was amazed, but he did, and he's about to go out and do it again. Here's J.R. Robinson, finish up with third. On that KTM 350 4-stroke CMX good-looking machine. We are ready. We are going to drop the hammer here on the 40-plus class. Senior men. Here we go. They are off. Jeremy Deming once again edges around, bumps around Ryan Rogers. Jeremy, Ryan Rogers, Jason Weiss, Reed Young, and Ward White. So remember, 40 is not too old to race a snow bike. We've occasionally had some guys north of 50 in this class. It's been done. If we consistently got that, we'd probably add a 50 and up class. We do that at our motorcycle hill climbs in the summer. We have classes for 50 and up. We have classes for 60 and up. We've talked about a class for 70 and up. Yeah, Jeremy Deming is sitting down more than normal today, nursing that leg that is suspected to be broken. But Jeremy Deming sitting down is as faster than A lot of guys standing up. Jason Weiss goes down, but he's okay. Caught a ski. He's back up, trying to get her started. Jason's back on it. Now he's got to pass Ward White and Reed Young back to get into that third place spot. But Jason's a fighter, a great guy. He's sponsored by Fly Racing, and where's my list? He's got a whole bunch of sponsors, but Fly Racing, he's a fly guy. He did the Rider's Prayer today. Good Christian man that Jason is, an all-around good guy. He does youth motocross camps in the summer. His wife, Tina, who raced earlier, is a molecular biologist. And once again, this is a senior 40 and up class. Here at round one of the National Snowbike Series, and Jeremy Deming continuing to lead, but Ryan Rogers sticking a lot closer to him this moto. Ryan got second last time. If he were to beat Jeremy in this moto, he would win the overall. So Jeremy's got to hang in there. Jason Weiss dispensed with Ward White, so now he's chasing down Reed Young. See if he can get him. Jeremy Deming still leading, but boy, Ryan Rogers is right there. Ryan is not giving up at all. Next up is going to be our open trophy class. That's always a fun one. We allow NOS and turbos and bigger motors in that class. Jason Weiss hunting down Reed Young. Reed still got him, but Jason's coming. Reed on the little 300 two-stroke KTM, and Jason on a 450 KTM. Two-stroke, little two-stroke versus bigger four-stroke. Jeremy Deming still leading. He's pulled away a little bit from Ryan Rogers. Not much. Ryan's still keeping him honest, but Jeremy's a fighter and he's a tactician, and he knows just how hard to push, and he knows when he can back off, and he knows when he's got to put the pedal to the metal, and he accomplishes all that. Jason Weiss has fought his way back up to third. Jason crashed earlier off the big tabletop, but he's looking pretty solid now. Ward White in third, Reed Young in fourth. This is the 40 plus class, aka seniors. Out here having fun. If you're over 40 sitting at home watching the wallpaper turn yellow, moaning and groaning about being locked up for COVID, well, I don't know what to tell you, except you should be here in beautiful Alpine, Wyoming, racing a snow bike. That's what you should be doing. coming up on our white flag lap. Jeremy Deming, again, not a big lead over Ryan Rogers, but enough. Probably 3 or 4 seconds. So you got Jeremy Deming leading the 40-plus class. You got Ryan Rogers in second. Jason White's in third. Ward White in fourth. And Reed Young in fifth. White flag lap, 1 lap to go. There's Ward White in fourth. Reed Young is right on him with that little screaming 2-stroke KTM 300. Jeremy Deming takes the checkered. He goes 1-1 today with a broken leg, a suspected broken leg. I looked at it last night and it was swollen and really awful looking, so yeah, it's probably broken. But that's what racers do. They tape it up, they saw the cast off, they chew on aspirins, and they go race. Jason Weeds takes third, and Ryan Rogers took second. We'll be starting the Open Trophy class here momentarily. Here comes fourth place, Ward White. And fifth place is going to be Reed Young, who was right on Ward's tail. So I'm going to suspect that Reed tipped over. But he's certainly up and well now, and he's about to take the checkered flag. So next up, the Open Trophy. Second moto of the, that was the second moto of the 40-plus class here at Alpine, Wyoming. 509 Air Force Special Warfare National Snow Bike Series. It's about 2 p.m. We've got around an hour to go. We like to always finish up midday so that the temperatures are tolerable. It's not too bad here today, probably mid-20s. There was a little bit of a wind earlier, but that's kind of died down. There's not much wind going now. Of course, I'm comfortable in my 509 one-piece outerwear gear. Although in hindsight, I wish I would have worn one more shirt under it, but I'm feeling pretty good. And this is the Open Trophy class. We've got Tyler Towles from 9 Mile Falls, Washington, Nathan Kingston from Caldwell, Idaho, Austin Sharp from Utah, Braxton Tomlinson from Utah, River Rogers from Clarkston, Washington, and Ward White from Garden City, Utah. We had some guys drive a long ways to get here today. I would say the record's probably 500 or 600 miles to get here. We appreciate each and every one of them. And here comes the Open class, moto number 2. Nate Kingston and River Rogers going at it again, just like they did the 350 class. River Rogers is leading. I can see the red of his Honda from here, but oh, Nate Kingston is right on him. He took a huge jump, almost landed on him. Rogers and Kingston. Running third, Austin Sharp on the Yamaha YZ450 with the Yeti kit. Running fourth is Ward White. Running fifth is Tyler Towles. I don't know what happened to Braxton Tomlinson. We're missing a rider, but anyway, this is the Open Trophy class here at round one of the 509 Air Force Special Warfare National Snowbike Series, brought to you by Rockwell Time, Ruffian Snowbikes, Rexburg Motorsports, RPM Throttle Brothers, Flying Saddle Resort, Black Mountain Rentals, Tyson Thomas and Rimshaw, Cody Hunt and High Altitude Power Sports, and LLC, also known as Lincoln County Customs. The only power sports shop in Alpine. Ward White flying by. Tyler Towles from 9 Mile Falls, Washington. Somebody's going to have to clue me in. I have no idea where 9 Mile Falls, Washington is. But I'm going to guess it's 9 miles from something. Boy, that Austin Sharp, number 11's looking pretty sharp, actually. Doing a good job. Looking pretty fast, pretty smooth. He's riding the Yamaha YZ450 with a Yeti kit on it. Yeti is probably the most expensive snow bike kits on the market. And they're all carbon fiber. They're pretty lightweight, pretty trick.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm suddenly not seeing River Rogers. River Rogers was out front, and I don't see him anymore. Unfortunately, I can't see the back side of the course, but I suspect River had a problem because They want to join the walk, the live. I guess I'm going to get some company here on the live stream. Big kind of. Huh. Well, River Rogers must have broke down. I don't see him. Okay, I'm back with you. We are here towards the end of the second and final moto of the Open Trophy class. I believe River Rogers had a problem, and I think it's Nate Kingston. There's Nate Kingston. He's into lapped riders now, but I don't see any sign of River Rogers. I don't know what happened. River was leading, but I think it's all Nate Kingston now. And that'll give Nate the overall win for sure. And he certainly is worthy of it. Nate is a really, really fast rider. Him and Rogers, River Rogers, are very similar in speed. Yeah, I don't see River at all. You at home on the live stream can see what's going on out there. River must have crashed or his bike broke down. He's number 285 on the KTM timber sled. But with River dispatched for whatever reason, that puts Nathan Kingston all alone in the lead. And I think he knows it. So there he is, number 16, Nathan Kingston takes the overall today in the Open Trophy class. And now, one of the highlights of the day is the second and final moto of the pro men. These guys put the hammer down. They don't mess around. Winner of the first moto was Justin Thomas, but we were really paying attention to Parker Earl. Parker Earl from Garden City, Utah was coming up fast, and he crashed on the start in the first moto. So if Parker Earl gets a better start, who knows? Of course, the infamous Jimmy Jarrett, the legendary Jimmy Jarrett, I guess I should say, he led for a while, and then he drifted back to second, and he ultimately was dispatched back to third. But that's about as low as Jimmy ever finishes. He's something else. He's a former national snow bike champion and a stellar rider. He was on the USA 6 Days team several times a few years ago, and he's a two-time national hare scrambles champion. So he's a good rider. In fact, he's an amazing rider. So we will see what we get here. They're about ready to start that second moto of the pro men. 10 laps. This should be a doozy.
Anything in that building at the target? Cleared hot. Okay, that's all I needed.
What's going on, everybody? Josh Decker here from Track Shot Live. Going to be with you all year long with over 20 demolition derbies from all over the country.
Oh, there it is. Derek Gordon, what? Baby. Woo! Whoa! I never saw that.
So if you're a motor guy, gearhead just like me, you like motors, you like horsepower, you like crunch and stuff, you need to follow us at Track Shot Live all year long. We're going to start hitting them right here in February, and we're going to go all the way till next November, late into November, every month, bringing you free demolition derbies, again, from all over the country. We're going to wreck buses and cars and limos and trucks and vans and you name it. You're going to get to watch us smash it. So again, follow us live at our website, www.trackshotlive.com.
So we got Jamie on the headset now.
Woo!
I think Bill is tweaking the camera, and you can see Jamie on your live stream, joined by. Are you Christina?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we got Christina.
Woo!
These are our pro women. They went 1 and 2 today, and they looked fast and they had fun. Jamie, tell us a little bit about the track and how it went for you today.
The track is built awesome. There's a lot of big jumps out here. It took a lot of time to build all this. I can tell because they're huge. The track's really long. There goes the pro.
There go the pro men.
Woo! They're fast. Oh, shit! Oh, big crash. Big crash.
Yeah, they're both up. We got nobody hurt, but
Damn. Yeah, I think a lot of people like this course because it's longer and it's got more jumps on it. That makes it fun. Snow's awesome. Yeah, it's a lot colder up here in Wyoming, so the snow's a lot. It's it's a lot colder, so.
yeah, sugar snow. We call that sugar snow, and yeah, it's taken a real team effort to get this track built. But Jamie, you looked real good out there. Christina, how did you feel out there?
Well, I have a new kit this year, and I like it a lot better. It was fun. Jamie's still way faster than me, though.
Hey, you're gaining on me.
Yeah, Jamie trains year-round. I see her on Facebook 365 days a year out there hitting it on enduro cross and all kinds of wild stuff. But, well, so let's weigh in for a minute on the pro men. We've got Justin Thomas, who won the first moto. He's back out front. The legendary Jimmy Jarrett's back to second. Darn it, that Parker Earl. We wanted to see what Parker could do, and he crashed. He was involved in a crash here, and he's going to have to work his way back up again.
Yeah, that guy's fast.
That guy is really fast. I should get a watch on him. He's probably turning some of the fastest laps of the day. The fastest lap time I officially got was earlier with Justin Thomas. He ran a 58-second lap.
Wow.
But Jamie, what kind of machine are you riding? What do you got this year?
I have a 2018 YZF 450 with a timber sled arrow. It's a 120. So, what do you have, Christina?
2017 RMX Aero S.
Arrow S.
Tell us about your sponsors, Jamie. Who's helping you these
Oh,
days?
yes. So 509 has helped me so much. I want to give a shout out to them. Hooking me up with lots of gear, and their gear is such high quality. And then I got CPI Sports and Fleetwood Dirt. Two bar hangers are awesome. Let's see. Cyclops Slides, SXS, Slide Kit, and yeah.
How about you, Christina? Who's helping you race?
Also 509. They're amazing. Great gear. They spoiled me. I worked with other companies, and they are by far the best company to work with. GoPro, Ogio, Acherbis. There's probably more, but
Yeah, a lot of longtime motorcycle companies have jumped into this sport, like Acherbis and so on. They've been around forever. I'm glad they're supporting these snow sports. So yeah, none of us could do this without our sponsors, the racers, nor the promoters like me. But we had a good time today. Are you guys going to be able to make the next round in 2 weeks in McCall, Idaho?
Nope. My next round will be Kalispell.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to get some more women out there, so any of you women are interested in this, either hit me up or get out there and get on a kit and try it out. It was so much fun. And even if you don't race, it's so much fun to just get out there on these snow bikes and see what they can do.
For sure, and I know I can vouch for Jamie is very easy to find on Facebook. So go out there and find her on Facebook, Jamie Parks from Montana, and she can get you dialed. I can vouch for that. She is a super advocate for women and sports and motors and all that good stuff. So
Yeah, I actually live out in Coeur d'Alene, but yes.
I'm in Montana.
Yeah.
So hit me up.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Jamie Parks, and Christina in Montana. And how we doing on the racetrack? I think Justin Thomas is still leading with Jimmy Jarrett. Looks like Jarrett's maybe reeled him back in a little bit. I said earlier, Jimmy hates me to talk about his age. He doesn't like that, but I think he's 46. I know he's well north of 40, and he's still a monster. He's a famous guy. He was a two-time national Hare Scrambles AMA champion 10 or 15 years ago.
That's impressive.
And he's been to the International 6 Days on the U.S. trophy team several times. He's probably the most famous racer here. Jimmy's a household name still in certain circles. And he won the men's pro national snow bike title a few years ago. And he's still riding right on. He's a long-time KTM rider, so I was a little bit surprised to see him on Kawasaki this year, but he's looking fast on those too. So yeah, we're about halfway through these pro men. We run them 10 laps, and again, we're
that was close.
disappointed that Parker Earl from Garden City, Utah went down again. He crashed in the first moto in the start and had to work his way all the way up to second. And then in this moto, he got taken out in the second turn. And I'm not sure where he's at right now. He was way back. You can only make up so much for a bad start or a crash on these things, but
Yeah, for sure.
Parker's got a lot of speed. I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of Parker Earl he's riding a Husky with the Yeti kit on it, and he is flying out there. Yeah, our lap times, this course did turn out really well. We look for a course that a really, really, really fast pro rider can do in a little under a minute, and we just nipped that with our 59-second lap for Justin Thomas. And Justin Thomas is a pro snowmobile hill climber too. He will be doing the Rimshaw Pro Hill Climb next weekend down around Bear Lake, Utah. But we will be moving on with the round 2 of the National Snowbike Series. We'll be in 2 weeks on an all-new track near McCall, Idaho. Actually, it's moving to Cascade, Idaho, and we're pretty excited. We're using a bulldozer to do some track work there too, and it should come out really nice.
How many laps are the pros doing?
The pro men are doing 10 laps today, and I have a feeling they probably say that's plenty.
Yeah.
I think they'll be pretty wiped out. You know, I'm an old motorcycle racer myself, and I've played around on snow bikes, and I think pound for pound, and the ladies certainly should weigh in here. I think pound for pound, it takes more energy to ride a snow bike fast than it does a dirt bike. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. We were talking about it before the races that it's harder to ride these things on a track than it is to ride a motorcycle on a track.
Yeah, they're heavier. You know, a snow bike is another 30 or 40 pounds heavier than a dirt bike, so you got that extra weight to deal with, but there's a lot going on, keeping that ski connected and keeping the track on the ground. I think we can all vouch for the fact that it doesn't hurt as much to crash on snow as it does on dirt.
That is true.
I don't know. Jamie was throwing some pretty large chunks at me today.
Yeah, I get the roost aspect is what can be bad.
Yeah.
Behind someone, get roosted out.
It's neat to not have dust. You know, I've told people spectators can be up really close because you're not going to get pelted with rocks or dust or anything like that. Even a well-watered motocross track is going to have a lot more debris that could hurt you than a snow bike track will.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, it's true, you might get a little bit of ice in the face, but I'd rather get that than gravel or cinders or something. So we got our white flag lap now. So it's winding down, and your leader is still number 112, Justin Thomas, who's just had a great day.
Everybody's feeling arm pumped right about now.
They've got to be super arm pumped. Yeah, I'm impressed with that Justin Thomas. That kid's a really solid rider. I'll bet he's a beast on the Rimshaw Snowmobile hill climb circuit too, the way he rides.
Yeah, that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, Jamie, that needs to be on your bucket list. I've told people about the Snowmobile hill climb in Jackson. They get like 15,000 spectators.
Wow.
It's unbelievable, and the machines that don't make it'll flip all the way to the bottom, just end over end. It's
Well, that just sounds like so much fun.
total chaos.
I do want to try it.
Yeah,
It's
watching
awesome.
your $15,000 sled go all the way to the bottom, 1,000 feet down the hill. They do that at Snow King Ski Resort, and it's a wild time. But
Gosh.
we've been talking about that today, and our big nasty hill climb, which I'm determined to get Jamie to someday. That's a dirt bike motorcycle hill climb on a cliff near Boise every
Yeah, near
September, and we've had up to 13,000 spectators for that. And
How's the women's turnout for that one?
we typically will get 10 to 15 pro women and 10 to 15 amateur women.
pretty
So we get good turnouts there.
That's good.
Yeah, and sometimes we've had a few of the women enter the full-on men's pro classes and occasionally take some money home, which
Nice.
irritates the guys to death, but I think it's great.
Yep.
So, well, we are done with our pro men. Our winner was Justin Thomas, and we're not quite done yet. We've still got the men's snowmobiles, which is entertaining, and the little kids' snowmobiles, but we're going to be wrapping it up here with the racing pretty soon. We are going to be giving out our 2020 national awards, of which they get a custom 509 jacket. And watch, because of the COVID stuff, we were running late on that. So today we recognize our 2020 national snowbike champions, and then we'll give out the awards today. So we're here in beautiful Alpine, Wyoming. We're right outside the amazing Melvin's Brewing brewery, and we hope you're enjoying us back home, and we hope you'll come see us in the future. And I'm going to set her down here for a second and see what's going on with the rest of the races.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Here comes our snowmobiles. Again, we are a snow bike series, but we do throw a few classes out there for snowmobiles, which is what we're doing right now. And they're out there, as we used to say, going completely wild. I was a little disappointed we didn't have any four-wheelers today. We've had races where we had as many as 15, 16 four-wheelers, UTVs, side-by-sides, and it's a hoot to watch them ram each other and tip over and get stuck. And one of them caught on fire one time. I mean, it's never boring, four-wheelers on the snow. So we've got another young lady that just joined us, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
My name's Maggie.
Maggie, yeah, you were out there racing today.
I was.
Let me find you here, Maggie. Maggie Crowley from Butte, Montana.
Yep.
And did you have fun today, Maggie?
I did have fun.
Good. Was that your first ever race?
Yep, first time on a track.
Yeah.
First time riding a Yamaha YZ with a timber sled kit on it?
Yep.
Yeah, she rode in the amateur women. So we at the National Snow Bike Series, we have two women's classes. We have the pro women where you get to step up against fast females like Jamie Parks, and then we have the amateur women for ladies that are learning and just getting into it. So this was Maggie's first race. And what did you think, Maggie? What was your experience like?
I really enjoyed it. I was really nervous before the race, and I had a lot of arm pump.
Yeah, arm pump is common. That is very common. I bet Jamie can give you some arm pump advice. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, so you definitely want to squeeze more with your knees, squeeze the bike with your knees, and then every straightaway I try to shake out my hands. You kind of let the burn go away. But even I get arm pump. All these guys are getting arm pump, and it's funny because people think, you get your arms hurt? You know, that you'd think that it'd be your legs or something,
right.
But yeah, it's your arms, and it's tough to continue on out there when you can barely twist the throttle, and it's hard to jump and land right when you can't even hold on. But yeah, you did good, and I'm so proud of you for coming out and doing your first race ever. And now that you got that out of the way, are you planning to do some more races?
Yeah, I might catch the other Montana races.
Okay.
See, yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. And you're from Butte. I always forget, is that where Evel Knievel's from?
It is, yep.
All right. I knew Butte was famous for something. So do they still do Evel Knievel days up there?
No, it's been about 2 years since it stopped.
Wow.
It was a good time, though.
Yeah, we should have something to celebrate Evel Knievel. I mean, that man there was nobody like Evel Knievel. He was a one of a kind. What else is there to do in Butte? I'm sure there's great riding there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a lot of local spots. Not many riders, and pretty good.
Okay. And aren't there some big open pit mines or something in Butte, Montana? I think there is.
There might be one you might not miss.
Well, we get people traveling from far and wide to these things. We've got Maggie here all the way from Butte, Montana. We've got Jamie all the way from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We've got riders from Utah. We've got riders from I thought we had somebody here from Oregon, but we've got people from pretty far away. So
it's a big commitment, especially traveling that far. And a lot of the races, they're kind of all over. So it's good for other people that live, elsewhere. So some races are closer for others. But yeah, it was 9 hours for us.
Wow. Yeah, we're trying to change it up. I think we'll have a decision next week, but I think we're doing an all-new course right outside Bend, Oregon, instead of Diamond Lake is fun, but Diamond Lake, where we've been going, is 90 miles out in the middle of nowhere, and Bend is a rapidly growing city, and the track's only 15 minutes from there. We'd probably get a ton of spectators if we're right outside Bend.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun to do these things in or near towns. I mean, we're sitting here right literally in town in Alpine, Wyoming. We got the brewery on one side of us. We got the Snake River and Palisades Reservoir on the other. We're looking at the town of Alpine, and they've actually talked about wanting me to come back and put on a vintage motocross here in the summer, so we might play around with that. But we really appreciate the town of Alpine having us here. I know that all of us felt welcomed here, And the mayor has been here all day. His name is Kenneth Luntz. He's a terrific guy. He's been helping us as hard as he can. This is city property that we're actually racing on today. And I think we just finished up our snowmobile race. I'm sorry I didn't keep up with who was winning, but we'll catch up to that at awards. I know we've got the kids snowmobile race left, and then we're going to move inside and do the awards. I suspect a few people will tip a beer or two. A good time will be had by all, and then we'll load up and head home and get ready for round 2 in 2 weeks. And then after, so round 2 is in 2 weeks near McCall, Idaho, and then round 3 is in North Idaho up at Clarkia. Maggie, you should make that one. That's not too terrible far from Bend, I think, from Butte, I think. Jamie can clue you in on that, but I think it's not near as far as it is here. And then round 4 will be the one in Oregon that we're probably moving to Bend. And then we go up to the Kalispell Whitefish area. And then we finish up at West Yellowstone in March. So we're having fun. We're not letting COVID bum our epic. And we appreciate each and every one that came out today. And we appreciate all of you watching on the live stream. I'll be interested to know who all watched this. I know we're running live on the 509 Facebook site, and that has 723,000 followers.
Nice.
And we're live on Rockwell Watches. They have 70,000 followers.
Awesome.
And there's some others that will be delay streamed too. So we had hoped that we'd have 1 million eyeballs, million people watching us. And we might have just hit that.
Nice.
So I appreciate the ladies, Maggie Crowley and Jamie Park, sitting here with me. And I think we're going to shut down here pretty quick and try to get indoors and catch a little of the awards. So,
all right.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
What's going on, everybody? Josh Decker here from Track Shot Live. Going to be with you all year long with over 20 demolition derbies from all over the country.
Oh, there it is. Derek Gordon, what? Baby. Woo! Whoa! We never saw that.
So if you're a motor guy, gearhead just like me, you like motors, you like horsepower, you like crunching stuff, you need to follow us at Track Shot Live all year long. We're going to start hitting them right here in February, and we're going to go all the way till next November, late into November, every month, bringing you free demolition derbies, again, from all over the country. We're going to wreck buses and cars and limos and trucks and vans and you name it. You're going to get to watch us smash it. So, again, follow us live at our website, www.trackshotlive.com.
So I know that I'm going to miss some people, but we definitely want to thank a few of the locals here. Mayor Kenneth Luntz, Mayor of Alpine. That guy's amazing. I want him to run for president. We need to encourage him. Shannon here, the manager of Melvin's Brewing, along with the owner Frank Magazine. What an awesome place! Huh? The owner, Eric, the owner of Flying Saddle, great place to stay. I was calling people and making sure they booked their reservations at the Flying Saddle. That's an awesome place. This is city-owned property. The city employees that work under the mayor. We're down here moving snow and making great things happen. I've been doing events now for 41 years. I started when I was a teenager, and I honestly don't think I've ever had a town work so hard pulling on the same end of the rope trying to make stuff happen.
Next year, we'll do rounds 1 and 2 here.
This town rocks.
Yeah, 2 days.
This town rocks. So thanks to everybody in Alpine. Now, because COVID messed everything up, we never got to give out the 2020 Series Champion Awards. So we need to get that knocked out. And I'm just going to pull them out of here in the order that they're in the box. These are beautiful 509 custom jackets with their name on them. And they also get a Rockwell watch. The winning pro woman from 2020 for the series is Jamie Parks. Good job. Better stand up there for a second.
Yeah, Jamie!
The series champion for 2020 for the 350 class, River Rogers.
She's basically your same age, Jimmy.
The series champion for 2020 for pro men, Jake Headland.
Not as fast here, I guess.
Way to get up there, Jake.
Step up there.
Go, Jake! Go, Jake! Nice. That's awesome.
Series champion for the Open Trophy class, Corey Kelly.
I'm holding my own.
Good job, Corey.
Series champion for Amateur Women 2020, Christina James.
Good job.
And series champion for the men 40 plus, Jeremy Deming. Also known as Germ. Here he comes, Mr. Gamp himself.
Good job, Grandpa.
Here, I got you a
Okay, let's do some awards from today's race. The snowmobile class. The adult snowmobile class. I do not know how to pronounce this guy's name, but third was Alejandro Rantanum. Yes. Anybody know him? You got any friends here? Second was Garrett Spencer. Third was Jake Dahl. They're out playing, okay. How about the kids' snowmobile? Second was Luke Craig, first was Bodie Craig. We'll get the word out next time. Okay, the 350 class. 5th place, Reed Young.
In the what class?
Reed Young.
I wasn't in the 350 class.
You were? What?
I was in the 40 and over.
He wasn't in the 350 class.
Well, I'll take that one too.
Okay, they're mislabeled. Never mind.
I could have done it. I would have been in the same place probably.
Okay. You did the over 40. Okay, the senior over 40 class, 5th place, Reed Young. All right. 4th, Ward White from Utah. Where is he? Garden City, Utah. Ward White.
You show up, I get to take 4th.
Third, Jason Weiss.
After 6 years, Ron, you can't say why.
Hey, where's the radiator? Brian Rogers. And the winner, Jeremy Deming.
Hey, at least we're still taller than him. Oh, you need a booster? You need a booster, buddy? And he's still not taller than me.
I know, I was too.
And we got 509 contention step.
Here's Pasties.
Chicle.
I got a Sharpie, Jeremy. You got a Trophy women. 3rd place, Maggie Crawley.
I tried walking it.
Second place. Second place, Tina Weiss. Yeah! I'm messing it up today. First place, Aaron Robinson.
Yeah! Good job, ladies.
I thought you were dancing.
That's how I was filming. I was like,
Who didn't win anything today? I didn't. Who raced it? Jimmy, you won something. Good try.
I signed up and I got third, but I wasn't signed up for the pro class. The winners, here's your future.
Seriously?
you know who she's with? She's with Jerry.
I don't know that guy.
Jimmy.
Never met him. That guy.
You know, for being such a good bullshitter, I'll give it to you anyway. All right, who is a big person that wears a 2XL that didn't win anything today? A big person who won nothing.
I'm a big person. I'm the biggest.
You guys are all too small. Nobody's a 2XL. I think you crowned it. You know what? Mark, you can wear this over your gear.
We've been doing it for 6 years, Mark. And we got Jared at 10-time Harrenhound champion here.
All right, the pro women. Second pro woman, Christina James. And the first 509 giant champion. And the first pro woman is Jamie Park.
Good job, ladies.
Okay, the open trophy class. Fifth place, Tyler Towles. Tyler Towles from Washington. Tyler Towles. Fourth place, River Rogers. Right there. Third place, Ward White. Ward White from Utah.
You see the first one, he grabbed it by the number. Don't matter.
Second place, Austin Sharp. And the winner, Nathan Kingston.
Nate Dizzle.
Hey, let's hear it. I like him. Lose him. You good?
Oh, did you see that? Sorry. Oh. I know.
Oh, too funny.
Hey, happy hour till 5, hurry. Who is a medium-sized person that won nothing today? Sit down, River. A medium-sized person that raised, that didn't win anything. Well, you're probably more of a large, aren't you? You want a medium or a large?
Medium husky. Yeah.
Medium.
Okay, medium.
Medium. Thank you, medium.
Awesome, 509 jerseys. Okay, I'm looking for racers that raced and didn't win anything. I know you're out there.
I did apply for 3rd place.
You should have said
I think it's fair. Yeah, we're all just like, I can
Let's thank Cody Hunt for such a sick track today. That guy's been working for like 2 weeks with press to come to town, so seriously, that guy's kills it. Thank you. Let's thank Tyson as well. All right. Thanks, Tyson. Thank you, man.
Where's Tyson? Where's Tyson? Is he here?
He's in the groomer.
Oh, okay. Nice.
He's ripping it apart.
These are really super cool 509 sunglasses. We're going to give a pair to Tyson for track building, and we're going to give a pair to Cody.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just hamstrung by that 350 class. I just got to get those.
Mine is ruined. Good thing I'm editing.
Okay, 350 class.
I'm tracking myself so everybody was way behind me.
You might need to go get a massage.
You could see him on this right here every time he was like, every time I was like,
350 class.
Toby did it.
3rd place. J.R. Robinson.
I guess I
Nathan Kingston. 1st place. River Rogers.
Hold on. We're smiling more.
That's correct.
It's okay, why don't you get one I like? Because they just kind of nice work! Who's your daddy?
I think it's on your sled there.
Okay, and the pro men. Pro men.
I'm your daddy!
5th place, pro man, Austin Barber. Way to go, man. Right there. 4th place, pro man, Jake Hedlund. Way to go, Jake, right there. Right there, yep. 3rd place, Jimmy Jarrett. Right there.
Well, they were still so cute. The Rivers Crest was still going. So Canyon
So it didn't
The comeback kid, Parker Earl. And the winner. Wiener. And I am impressed. I didn't know this guy was that fast. I do now. Justin Thomas. There's your pro man right there.
Good job.
Good job, guys. Some fast dudes right there, yeah.
Well done. Justin, can you give these to your dad in case I don't see him again?
Yep. Thank you, Rob. Ready? Let's go. Thank you, sir.
Again, I'm looking for somebody who raced and won nothing. I know they're out there. Somebody? Anybody?
Canyon, raise your hand.
Anybody back here?
I like all the breaks. Canyon, 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 Canyon.
All right, fair enough, Canyon. Here's a 509.
Yeah, that'll work with the man that fly. Good job.
Okay, I'm running out of bodies. Is there anybody else who raced and didn't have a good day? Okay. How about you raced and you won something, but it wasn't that good a day? Oh, well, shoot, now we're getting subjective.
I broke a radiator.
What are our sizes?
Like 5 guys who won't.
See you
later.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Last one, right here. Okay.